have so many feelings about the new episode. Like, I don't even know where to start. All the feelings. So I'm going to start with Nick. I'm going to issue an apology to Nick because I was fully convinced after meeting Nick for the very first time that he was going to be the problem in this relationship. I was like, this man is a major red flag. And Courtney has proven me wrong. Courtney is the problem in this relationship. And Nick has been nothing but lovely and a gentleman. And I am shocked. He's not digging very deep, I will say, but Courtney is just. Courtney, I don't know what you're doing. I don't know why we're here. I don't know why you signed up for Murder First Sight. I'm confused. The viewers are confused. I'm sorry, Nick. I'm sorry for thinking that you were the red flag in this relationship. Courtney is the problem. And I loved when Mecca called out Courtney. I did not see that on my bingo card. I did not see Mecca calling out Courtney. Not that he can talk, but anyway, not Mecca calling out Courtney. And it's so interesting because Courtney has a million things that's wrong with Nick. She just clearly does not like this man. And so she's coming up with a million things. And even when Mecca called her out, instead of Courtney just taking accountability and explaining her side, she's like, yeah, but Nick hasn't said anything that he's going to change either. Like, okay, sure, but we're talking about because you're the most vocal about how he's not doing this and he's not doing that and he's this and he's that and he's blah, blah, blah. And Mecca was like, wait a minute now. And Courtney was like, no, but what about Nick? Nick is fine. There's nothing about Nick. You are the problem. And because of you, I'm now having to apologize to Nick. Sorry to this man. Sorry, Nick. Because Nick, I'm pleasantly surprised by Nick. Because I'm thinking this man was on 10,000 reality TV shows before. There is no way he's serious about any of Nick. And Nick has not shown me. I don't have any reason right now to believe that he's not being genuine in this process. No, there are several more episodes to come. And I could very well change my mind. But for now, Nick is not the problem in this marriage. It is Courtney. And speaking of problems in this marriage, here's looking at you, Caitlin. Why was Caitlin on the show? I'm confused as to why Caitlin thought that this was a good move, that signing up to marry somebody that she doesn't know was a good move. Because Caitlin, to me, got a really good match. And you can tell he genuinely was like, yes, I'm ready to find my person. And so Kaylin got a really good match, which sucks because she does not appreciate this man in any way, shape, or form. And he is trying his best. And when I watched the recent episodes, I realized that Caitlin wants to be in a high school relationship. Caitlin wants to be with a man who she meets up with once a week. They kiss, they have a lovely little date, and then he goes home and she goes to her home, and they may call each other a few times for the week. And that's it. Caitlin does not want somebody who is with her 24/7, lives with her. She wants none of that commitment, which is fine, except that nobody dragged you off the street and told you to sign up to get married. You could have been living your perfect single life without having to drag this man in here to get heartbroken because he asked to be signed up to somebody who was equally serious about this process. That is what annoys me about this process, is that every now and then you meet some people who are actually genuine and serious, and they always get paired with persons who have no business being on this show. But I just know that after this process is over, Devin is going to find the love of his life. He's going to get married and he's going to live happily ever after. And I'm happy for you in advance, Devin, because this whole thing with Caitlin is not it. I don't know why she's here. She's a lovely person, I'm sure, but she wants to be single. And if you want to be single, here's a hint: be single. That's an option. Why did you sign up for the show? Another person who I, I, why is Adam on the show? Why is Adam on Married at First Sight? Adam is so surface level. He talks about nothing but vibes and jet skis. That's every single episode, the vibe. They're vibing. We're vibing. Yeah, we're just vibing. And yeah, we went on the jet ski. We gotta go back on the jet ski. Is she gonna go on the jet ski? Yeah, I'm gonna buy another jet ski. We should save money to buy more jet. I never, I never want to hear the word jet ski again. Never want to hear the word jet ski again in my entire life. And if somebody says the word vibe to me, I feel like it's going to be a trigger too. So thank you, Adam. Two words that are just going to trigger me now is jet ski and vibes. Thanks to you, because that's all this man talks about. All he talked and pickleball. Now pickleball might even be on the list because after Marissa, poor Marissa was dragged off. All Marissa is getting from this marriage. Marissa's getting three things from this marriage. She's getting vibes, she's getting pickleball, and she's getting jet ski. And that's it. She's getting three things. And I can guarantee you that when this woman signed up for the process and said, these are my list of things that I want, none of these things were on the list. They're not on anybody's list. Nobody wants this, Adam. It's just, I feel like it's a game to him. And it's not amusing. And poor Marissa, I think initially Marissa was going along with everything because, I mean, you just met this man. So you're not wanting to kind of ruffle any feathers yet. And now she's realizing that there is nothing more to Adam. Like, I'm sure she thought, all right, we're vibing. God, I just used the word vibing. Ugh. I'm sure she thought it's new. We're taking things, we're going to start off fun, and then we'll get deep. And now we're what, 3, 4 weeks in? And there is nothing deeper than this. This is it, sweetie pie. This is it. This is the deepest Adam is ever going to get. It feels like a frat, like it's when you're like a freshman in college and you're just chilling and except you're a grown man who signed up to be married. And what frustrates me about it, it's actually very sad when I look at Marissa because Marissa feels she looks defeated. She's not being heard. She is just there going along with it. And even when she's speaking up and saying, I don't want to play pickleball 25 hours for the week. I don't want to do this. It seems as if she has been constantly compromising and compromising and compromising. And he doesn't care. You would think he would say, all right, well, she's done all of these things for me. I don't know anything about Marissa. I don't know what Marissa likes to do. I don't know anything about her life because all they focus on is him and what he wants to do. And so they finally have a counseling session. And Marissa speaks up and she's like, listen, the intensity of always wanting to work out and do things and ski and whatever. And she's saying all this and he's like talking. No, the part that really annoyed me when he was like, yeah, I was with a girl and she really pushed me and we were really. So then why aren't you with this girl? If this girl was so amazing and so great and she played pickleball 24 hours a day, then why didn't you and Mrs. Pickleball get married and live happily ever after? If Miss Pickleball was so amazing, then why are you here dimming Marissa's shine? I'm very upset about Adam. And at some point, we're going to have to hold this man accountable. No, the experts are doing just that. And I love them. I will say the experts are doing what they need to do. No note, they're doing good. And then the always entertaining Sean and Nikki. I don't know what we need to do, but we need to compensate Nikki for being married to Sean. Somebody needs to compensate this woman for what she has been going through with this man. Because I'm talking about that scene. Ew! I've never been more uncomfortable by a scene on TV in my life. I had secondhand embarrassment for myself, for him, for her, for everybody, for production, for the cameraman. It is the most awkward. This woman has told you multiple times she is not attracted to you physically. And because of that, she wants to take things slow. And so he's talking, oh, you want to please me? No, she doesn't because she doesn't like you. We don't like you because you're weird. And all you talk about is sex and your wife. is not comfortable and you are not creating a safe space for her to be comfortable, it is weird and creepy. Please stop it. Because at some point, then I'm going to need compensation for having to watch this and having secondhand embarrassment for you. Please stop it. Aren't you embarrassed of your behavior? Aren't you embarrassed of your. Why are you so desperate begging this woman to have intimate moments with you when she's told you a gazillion times she's not comfortable, she's not there yet, she's not attracted to you. And if you think doing this is gonna, you're just pushing her further and further away. I'm just like, Nikki, I'm sorry. On behalf of whoever decided to match you two, I'm so sorry. Because you deserve better and you will find better when all of this is over. Okay? I'm sure you're probably living your best life with your new man on an island or yachting somewhere. So I don't feel like you're gonna be okay, Nikki. We know this. But you're still gonna have the memory. Unfortunately, you're gonna have the memory of this very creepy situation. And I feel it for you. No, I will say, I don't know. Nikki, bless her heart, is trying. And Nikki and Sean has had the worst experiences of their entire lives, right? And they have a talk with a therapist. And the therapist gives them some tips and some strategies to make things better. Why are Nikki and Sean sitting up on this couch talking about our day was a 10 out of 10? Our day was a 9 out of 10. No, it was not, guys. It wasn't. No, it wasn't. Stop saying it. Nikki, if you need help, blink twice because nobody believes any of this. Your day was, you did not have a 10 out of 10 day and a 9 out of 10 day. You didn't. And I'm glad that you are taking this very seriously, going through the process and just doing the best you can. But you don't need to lie to us. Nobody is buying it. Your castmates are calling you out and are like, wait, what? Did they just go from almost killing each other to now say they had a 9 out of 10 day? The day was a 10 out of 10? It was not. Nobody's buying what you're selling. Stop it. Please, please stop it. I beg of you. Let's not do this. We're watching this show. We're watching the show. All right? We're watching the show. So if Nikki is trying to prove to us that she's trying, you don't need to prove anything to us, Nikki. We see Sean and we see what you're going through. Okay? We see with our eyes what you're going through. We feel for you. You don't have to put on all of this. You don't need to pretend like things have improved so drastically and it's a 180 terror. No, it isn't. Because all you're doing now is walking on eggshells around each other, walking in matching colors, and nobody's buying it. And nobody could blame you, Nikki, because the man is creepy. He's creepy and weird. And anybody who all they talk about is sex and does not create a safe space for you to even feel like you want to have a friendship with this stranger that you don't know and don't have an instant connection with. And he's not, all he's talking is sex. And you sex. And if you feel comfortable sex. And shut up. Shut up. She does not want to have sex with you. She does not want to sleep with you. You're making her uncomfortable. And you're making me uncomfortable. Okay, Felipe and Tori. No, I love Tori. I've said it many times. And I will ask the same question I've asked several times before. Why was Felipe cast on Married at First Sight? We saw Felipe's interview and we could tell from the first time we saw Felipe that this man was not ready for marriage. The experts decided to put him on the show anyway. And now Felipe is proving what we all knew from the very first moment. 5 minutes into seeing Felipe, we're like, okay, cool. He has no business being on the show. Because tell me why I'm watching a scene and Felipe says, out of his mouth, while his wife is sitting beside him and the entire cast is sitting there, I like sleeping with a bunch of women. Okay, cool. I get that. Happy for you. Great. Why are you on my TV screen? Why are you on Married at First Sight if you like sleeping with a bunch of women? Why did you sign up for a show to be married to one woman if you like sleeping? No, Felipe already upset me when I found out he was an atheist and this woman was very religious, very spiritual. And he was like, yeah, 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 we don't do that over here. I was already like, okay, I'm out. You marry this woman. You came on a show to be married, to tell the woman you're married to that you like sleeping with a bunch of women. So why are you here? And if somebody could answer that question, I would need to be asking it in every single recap. But since nobody is responding to my question, I just have to keep asking it. Felipe, get off my screen. Get off of my TV screen. And listen, I love that Tori is just like, listen, he has things to figure out in therapy. That ain't my problem. Listen, Tori's like, whatever issues he needs to sort out, he needs to go sort that out because that ain't my problem. But I think poor Tori was already having regrets because they had a physical connection that we could see from the very beginning. And you can tell that's not normally her style, but she slept with him. He is her husband. They're strangers, but they're married, right? So she slept with him. And she has that to say, well, he's my husband. But she was already feeling so much remorse after sleeping with this man. And know this. Now he's saying he likes to sleep with a bunch of women. And I don't know what to say to that because okay, but now you're married. So what do we do? Like what do we do? No. So I get that you like sleeping with a bunch of women. And I get that you're also telling your new wife that. I just don't know what we're supposed to do with this information now. Like what do we do now? Go sleep with a bunch of women. You could have done that, but you decided to stand up for the show and get married to one woman. So I don't know what to tell you, kid, except to get over it and grow up and be a man. I don't know what else to tell you, except yeah, lots of men like sleeping with a bunch of women. They're out there. You're not unique. I'm just still wondering why you signed up to be married. You know? Like why is Tori now having to go through this? She's gonna get her heart broken. And she seems genuine about this, and you're not. And we've seen this so many times, and it upsets me every single time when you have people who are serious about the process and wanting to get married, and they get matched with somebody who is just like, just here for the vibes, you know? Like, Adam, just here for the vibes, just the vibes. Get off of my TV screen and don't upset me anymore. Don't upset me anymore. I did not even mention Mecca and Belgely because I've talked about Mecca and Belgely so much and I'm on Belgely's side. But Belgely is going so hard for Mecca when persons are defending her. Like persons are saying, Mecca, I don't think you're being genuine. I think you're being performative. And Belgely's like, yeah, I didn't like that you said that. Girl, they're defending you. He is. He isn't being genuine. The people around you are saying what we are also seeing. And you're going so hard for this man who is not going hard for you. And I love that quality in Belgium. You know what I mean? She's going to go hard for her husband and he is her husband. It's just the energy is not being reciprocated and she's being patient, but I don't think he's ever going to get there. And so it's always going to be this one-sided thing where she is giving her all, she's giving 100%. And ultimately you're going to feel drained. It's always going to feel like you're doing more and he's not doing enough. And so we can wrap this up, baby girl. We can wrap this up. I think you're amazing and I love the qualities that you have. I just feel like it's been wasted on Mecca. I really do. And I think I'm sure he's a great guy. Great guys don't necessarily make great husbands. And that's the problem. I'm sure he's wonderful. And let me tell you one of the things that irks me. If there are things that you need to work on, I'm confused as why you feel like Married at First Sight is a platform to come and work on them. That's odd to me. Is it the free therapy? Because why wouldn't you, Felipe, who is saying he wants to sleep with a bunch of women, why aren't you in therapy working this out before coming on a show to get married? That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Like, that makes absolutely no sense to me. Same with Mecca. You have all of these issues that you need to work through. And instead of working through them first, and then being ready for your wife, you've decided that you're gonna get your wife and then have her in the mix of this while you're trying to work through all of these issues? For what? Like, you're not old. You have plenty of time to get married. This is, I'm, goodbye. I'm done. Okay, so this is the end of our Married First Start recap. New episodes are going to drop on Thursday, so we'll have more to talk about. Now, I've seen the preview and I don't know what is going on, but Michelle and Cameron, don't scare me like that, because I saw a clip of Michelle and Cameron and she's like, yeah, that's why I thought we could, it would be enough to make our marriage work. You thought, girl, don't play with me. You and Cameron are my only hope. I've said it many times, and you will stay together. Okay? You will stay together. You will be happy. You will live happily ever after. The end. Okay? Okay. Thank you. Thank you in advance. Thank you in advance. All right, guys, that's the end of our recap. When the new episodes drop on Thursday, we will also be here to talk about it. So be sure to subscribe to my page, be sure to like, and be sure to share. Until next time, I'm reality TV girl, Allie.